In this video, I'm going to explain more about concept mastery assignment. I'm going to explain what is a concept mastery assignment and how they work and how you can actually assign them as a professor. So we're looking at this silo of the Wiley Plus assessments. As you know, there are 4 silos of assessment, 3 of which, Reaction Explorer, End of Chapter, and Test Bank, you can create your own assignments. In concept mastery assignments, the assignments are already created for you. The concept mastery assignments were created by John Penn at West Virginia University. He created over 25,000 questions, half of which are drawing questions. Those questions have been split into pools of 100 to 400 questions each. These pools of questions correspond to the very tough, very vital, and important concepts that a student must master in order to understand and progress in organic chemistry. All right, let's go to the actual Wiley Plus website and look at these questions. Now that we've opened Wiley Plus, we can see that the students here have 4 quizzes. So if we click on one of the quizzes, E1 Elimination Reactions, notice there's nothing after it. If there's a DS after it, that means they have to draw the questions. If there's nothing after it, that means it's a multiple selection question. So it'll give them all the information about how many points they have to get, when it's due, etc. But the questions themselves is what we want to look at. So if we open up a question, we'll see, give the major elimination product of the following reaction. Now they have multiple selections that they can choose from, and I'm going to choose one of them that's obviously wrong so you can see the wrong answer feedback that they're going to get from this also. So submit it, they'll say incorrect since there is not a strong base in solution, and so forth, all the different information about why that answer is incorrect. So when they get an incorrect answer, they don't just get incorrect, they get incorrect feedback, detailed feedback as to why it's incorrect. Now the student would go on to the next question and open that up. So give the major elimination product of the following. So they go in and pick what they think is the correct answer, submit it, answer is correct. And then they would continue through. And let's say that for this particular quiz, they had to get 8 out of 10 right. So they go through and do number 3, and they get number 3 wrong. And then they do number 4, and they get number 4 wrong. So at this point, they realize there's no way that they can get their total points on this quiz. So they can either try and keep on going through to learn more, or they can reset it and try it again. Another type of assessment for concept masteries is drawing questions. So if we open up the one with the DS after it, which means it's a drawing question, and then open up a question, we'll see, give the major elimination product of this one, click on the Marvin sketch. This Marvin sketch palette is a universal palette. And what the great thing about this is it mimics the drawing that they would do in the class. They would have to draw products in the class just the same way that they're drawing here. And that's why I find this is so useful. In my written homework, I mimic the drawing questions that are going to be on the test. Well, now on this online homework, they still have to draw. So now that we have the answer, we come back here, we click Submit Answer, and we've got it correct. And they would continue through all the way through on that. Now on the instructor view, so you can see what we're talking about. This is Chapter 6, so these are Chapter 6 assignments. These assignments pull from a big pool of questions, and they populate 10 questions into each student. So you may have 20 students in a room taking these quizzes, and they're all getting different questions because of the big pool of questions. They go through, if they don't get it right the first time, they try it again, and they try it again. And the research has shown by trying it again and again like this, they are learning the material. They are mastering the concepts. And that's what my students see. Even sometimes when they don't realize it, they'll come up to me and say, well, I didn't really understand that problem, but I realized when there was heat there, the reaction worked, and when there wasn't heat there, it didn't work. They didn't know they mastered the concept, but they did master the concept. And that's what these problems do. They target a specific concept, and they make the student try it again and again until they master that concept. Then they can move on to the next concept.